Hey guys, Eddie here from Delete Property. Today I'm really excited to share with you another property that we picked up for a buyer's agency client. Now, going back around 2 years ago, this property we picked up for a client named David. David, you might be watching this video, but congratulations on an amazing purchase. This property we picked up about 24 months ago. It is a 3-bedroom townhouse. So 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathrooms, backyard, courtyard, slightly renovated inside and all that kind of stuff as well. But it's an amazing purchase. We picked it up for literally just $188,000. So I remember talking to a lot of clients back then and they were like, Eddie, these properties don't grow. I don't want to buy townhouses, I want to buy houses. This property has body corporate or strata, all that kind of stuff. Heard all the excuses in the world. But thankfully for David, he listened to me, he bought this property, picked it up for $188,000. At that time, I believe it was renting for around $320 a week, roughly. So not to mention the yield back then was phenomenal. That $320 per week, based off $188,000 purchase price, off the top of my head, it's probably around an 8% yield, probably more. Now, fast forward to, we're in August now, 2022. This property, ones are selling now, because we've had a big Queensland property boom. I told everyone it was going to happen. It did happen. He bought this property for $188,000. These are now selling between $320,000 to $360,000. So to put this in perspective, that's almost double what he bought it for literally 2 years ago. From $188,000 to between $320,000 to $360,000. Now, not to mention, this property now, the current market value in terms of rental, the market rental value would be in the proximity of about $400 to $410, maybe $420 per week. So the rents have gone from $320 to about $400 to $420 as well, just in that 2-year period. But this is what it comes down to. Timing the market is a big thing. Obviously, time in the market is the most important, but I believe, for the clients that bought around, 2020, 2019, 2021, this property is a townhouse, right? And I'll show you through a couple photos of it as well. So this is internally, so it was neat and tidy, had updated, I think it was, had updated, relatively updated kitchen, had paint, carpet done prior, I think it was about a year prior to them selling it as well. That's just some more photos there. But yeah, just a really good, solid kind of townhouse. So we had inbuilt car garage, toilet downstairs, toilet upstairs, bathroom upstairs, with shower, laundry downstairs. At that time when we picked up for $188,000, I showed the client, David, literally examples of other ones selling at that particular time for like $220, $230, $240. So we picked it up a good, probably 50 grand under what it was worth to begin with. So at the time, the market value when he bought it for $188, it's probably worth $230, $240 roughly, at least. So in that time, the market's jumped up like a lot, probably about 50% in the last 2 years. It's gone from 250 to that 330 to 360, what it is today. So this is a prime example, guys, about how a property like this, which was affordable, it was a townhouse. It wasn't a standalone house. Like, this is in a complex of probably about 60 townhouses. Yes, it has strata. Yes, it has the body corporate fees, but that includes your building insurance. So it includes your building insurance, your maintenance, your repairs, all that kind of stuff for the outside, outside of the property. And he was getting like an 8% yield on it. Now it'd probably be about a 9-10% yield roughly, based off the purchase price of what he bought it for, $188,000. To put things in perspective, a lot of clients, we bought hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties like this for clients. For the lucky ones that said yes to them, there was a lot of clients out there that, said, Eddie, I don't want to buy this, I think you're wrong, or, I'm not going to listen to you, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to listen to me, but I know my stuff in terms of property investing, and I know, obviously, that's why they put me on TV all the time. So this property here was $188K. To put things in perspective, if you bought this property back then, you could have done as little as a 5% or a 10% deposit. So if you took action a year and a half, 2 years ago and bought this property, there was I've showed similar properties to like dozens and dozens of clients. A lot of them said no, didn't buy it. But if a person, to put things in perspective, did a 5% deposit on this of 188, 5% of 188 is about, let's say, 9 grand, 10 grand, right? So put down 10K, stamp duty on this property would have been probably about 6, 7K, legal fees, pest and building, even our buyer's agency fee, you probably would have bought it for about 30 to 35 grand, all up, including everything. Stamp duty, legal fees, other fees, pest and building, miscellaneous stuff, 30 to 35 grand you would have bought it for. Now, that 30 to 35 grand, you would have, in terms of equity, you would have made almost 200,000 on it in less than 2 years. So you would have turned 30 grand into 200,000 at least worth of net equity in 2 years. Now, if you bought 10 of them, you would have been a millionaire. So in the last 2 years alone, just in my portfolio, I probably bought roughly about 20 properties in the last 2 years. So every single year, the last few years, I've been buying 10 properties at a time for myself. And you don't have to go as crazy as I do, but you need to start buying properties that make sense. These are the kind of properties that make sense. I've showed properties to clients literally a few days ago, and I showed properties like this, but in the current market, current stipulations, I showed them townhouses for, as an example, other areas, of course, 300,000, and they're worth 360, and clients turned me down and said, I don't want to buy this, I don't think it's gonna, perform really well. But quite clearly, guys, I know what I'm doing. So for the lucky ones that, listen and trust the process, they make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this property as well, an important thing, it's in Brisbane location. It's only about, you can get from this property to the heart of the Brisbane CBD in about 25 minutes. So it's close to shops, schools, amenities, train stations, all that kind of stuff. Phenomenal growth, amazing property. And yeah, just want to show you some real examples of properties that clients have picked up. Congratulations, David, for purchasing this property. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next video. Bye.